Hello farmers, welcome back to East Vineland. Yes, I am picking up straw bales once again because I couldn't help myself. It just happens, you know. It all started with a baling contract came up for silage. So I went and did that and said, well, while I'm doing that, is there any cultivating contracts I could send Frank out to do? Sure was, there was 3 of them. So he went and did that, and when I was completing the baling contract for silage, I just happened to see, what's that big number down there for harvesting? Harvesting for field 113 for barley. Well, that's a lot, you know. $12,000 to do that, plus I get straw bales and maybe a little bit of barley afterwards to send on over to the grain mills to start making some lovely, lovely flour. So the money has gone up, of course, because of the solar panels. I got a little bit of money for the silage bales that completed the contract for that, and of course I've been selling. This will be my second trailer. I got 1 full trailer load of straw bales already, and this is my almost second full load. So let's go ahead and collect on this. Didn't get in here the way I wanted to, but it is what it is. Let's unload. Probably have to pick up a couple. By the time we get done, we're going to be pretty close to $100,000 before we go to bed. I'm hoping that tomorrow that our own fields will be ready. So let me go ahead and we're going to go back and collect the silage bales still on the field. I got, I think, 1 more trailer load to pick on up there. Then I got to go ahead and collect the rest of the barley out of the combine and get that delivered over to the grain mill before I collect on that contract. And then we're just going to go to bed. I just checked on the store page. There's nothing in there that we're looking for. So we'll get up tomorrow morning and see. Of course, I've been doing a little bit of thinking about our own farm as well. As for the pig pen, I think I'm just going to go for the open range pig pen and then put a fence around it. And it should be able to fit right next to the chicken coop on that small grass field. It's going to fit in there rather nicely, actually. And I'm going to kind of use part of the fence of the chickens to keep the pigs in. I mean, the pigs aren't really going to go anywhere, but we'll make it look like that they're in there. And that pen is rather cheap. It's like $8,000 for the pen. So, and it'll hold 98 pigs, I do believe, which is just about right for us, I think. I'm not going to get it yet. We're going to wait for our harvest season to conclude, and then we'll see how much pig food we got, because I only got like 8,000 liters of pig food currently. So let's go pick up the rest of these silage bales. I've already brought in 1 full trailer load back up to the farm. So we're stacking up the marshmallows back there. It's going to be a good January, or whenever I may sell them, because you never know what's going to come up for sale in the store. But usually I'm noticing in the late summer, early fall, there's not that much in the store, because possibly all the other farmers are, you know, they're using all their equipment. So maybe in the wintertime. So this is the field I did the silage bales in. I actually might have a full trailer here. Not quite 32 bales here, but it's going to be pretty darn good enough. And we really don't do much work in the nighttime, so I figured a little nighttime work to start this episode, not a bad idea. Not that I planned it that way, but you know, the contracts pushed me to this late. But you cannot pass up a silage contract in the big grass field. Swerve around this way and that way. I think I got them all there. Yeah, we should be pretty close to $100,000 here momentarily. Not going to make any money overnight from the solar panels because, well, no sun. So that's going to slow us on down a little bit. Alright, let's go bring these back to the farm. I think I got a pile there that's somewhat full, so I'm going to pick those back up so I can get nice, neat piles. But even with the lights on here, it's kind of hard to see. It's that time of night where it's kind of dark. The lights don't help you out too much. I just got to remember, I own this canola field to our right now. So I got to be careful not to drive into that. I'll grab what I can off this end pile. Be careful not to pick up any other piles. Yep, I am full. So let's swing it around like this. And try to get these over, roughly over there. Drop them off. And then for now, I think I'm just going to leave my T8 parked over here. Beacon off, lights off, trailer off. And then we'll teleport on down to here to the JCB fast track. So right now I got 3,000 liters of barley. I had to deliver it all the way up to the north. To get that complete, where is my combine? Where the heck am I? Oh, I'm over here. There, I need to be over there. So I brought all the barley on up, and of course, once the barley started to sell, I stopped selling it. I wanted to keep it. I don't know how much is left in the combine. I gotta fire up the combine for us to unload. Yeah, we had the Class Tryon 720. I think that's a 41-foot header that's on there. I'll leave that running because pretty soon we're going to be returning all this. Wow, I'm going to get almost 10,000 liters of barley? I mean, it's a pretty big field. Okay, almost, yeah, 12,000 liters of barley. That's pretty darn good. Let's go get that delivered and put into the grain mill. I'm not going to start the grain mill yet because the flour doesn't sell good until wintertime. So, no sense of just getting the rush on getting the flour made. Of course, now I got to find my way over to the grain mill. Seems like I've been stuck in the month of July for a while, so it's going to be pretty good to move on from that. Now, if everything goes well, I shouldn't get paid for this. Should just go in right into storage. So now this down here has kind of become our silo. Can I take material back out on this one? Just for curiosity, if I hit R. So I can take, okay, so I can treat this as like my silo. I can take the barley and everything else back out, which is pretty darn good. That's what I was kind of hoping for. Oh, I don't need to drive this back. Let me step on out. All right, let's go to the contract page, which is right here. So baling in field 47, going to get paid $21,067 because I used my own equipment there. Let's collect on that. Cultivating for $7,016. This is cultivating for $5,908. Cultivating jobs pay rather well. This is going to pay $3,362 because I did borrow the equipment on this one. And harvesting, I borrowed the equipment there, so that's going to pay me $9,790. But the straw bales definitely is worth it, plus the extra crop. So all those extra harvesting contracts don't care. $105,840. Just going to double check the sales department. Not what we're looking for. So let's go ahead and go to bed. We're going to sleep in the hobo hut tonight just because I feel like it. It's a little bit easier. Where am I here on the map? Not far enough over. Sleep in the hobo hut. Why not? Sleep till 8 o'clock in the morning. That sounds good. I'm hoping our wheat fields are ready for harvest because I think this is the last month to harvest wheat. So a little bit of property income from the morning sunshine. I thought I fixed the flickering trees. Man. And now I'm going to get them in August. Didn't have them in June, or in July. All I did was switch a month and now I got flickering trees again. Our wheat field is ready though, which is a bonus. How are the chickens doing? Chickens are producing a lot of eggs. A lot of eggs. Let me just double check on the store. Well, that's nothing that we're looking for. So, no sense of doing anything there. I will double check the contracts just to see what's out there. Baling in field 94. And they want us to do ted it and bale it. So they want hay bales. Not that interested. Cultivating field 113 wouldn't be a bad job for someone to do. I mean, that's going to basically bring in like 10 grand. Yeah, sure. We'll take that. And if we're doing one, it's a small field. We might as well do the other one. Just accept that. Wait, what field was that in? Field 8. That's way up by us. So from one corner to another. Alright. On the flickering tree. Yeah, the flickering trees. I thought I'd fix that whole problem, but maybe not. Anywho, let's see. I'm going to need my T8. Yeah, I'm going to need my T8. Bring the baling trailer back on over. And we'll get to start harvesting our wheat. Some of the wheat's going to go to the chickens. And the rest of the wheat is going to go on down to our new silo, which is the grain mill. Let me go ahead and might as well leave the trailer out, actually, because I'm going to be making straw bales. So might as well leave the trailer on out. Good to see that our new canola field has hit, I think, the final growth stage. So that should be ready in a month or two. Let me go ahead and park this here. I am going to need the trailer. So let's come down and grab that. Actually, that canola field that we just bought is proceeded along a little bit farther than our canola field. Oops. Yep, that happens sometimes. I don't want to. Just want to open the door if I can. There we go. Gotta be careful not to grab with super strength my trailer. So the T8 will be in charge of hauling the grain around. And actually, I just realized, to get the header out, I got to remove the mower that's in the shed. So I'll just drop off the grain trailer, like right here. So I don't plan on doing any harvesting contracts today. I'll just do the cultivating jobs. We'll get those started in just a little bit with a worker. We'll get over there. Yeah, we'll drop this off right here. Alright, put you back onto the trailer itself. So you're good to go. Turn you off so I'm not wasting the diesel. Now before I do any of the harvesting, I definitely need to, first of all, give the class area on some fuel. Should be fine, but we're right here. Might as well top it off. And then I need to go repair the baler. I think the tractor should be mostly fine. I love how fast that refuels. It's like a snap of a finger and it's done. The sheep seem to be doing okay on the food. I see feed in the trough. See how much it is to replace. Oh wow, the condition of the baler is terrible. But luckily it's only $15.92 to repair that, and the tractor is $1,047. So that is ready to rock and roll. $2,500 to get that up to what it needs to be. Let me go ahead and get the harvester out, put the header on, and we'll get started on our wheat harvest. Now we got 2 fields of wheat. I think our other one should be ready as well. I think we planted it on the same day. Probably should top this off with some fuel as well. So this will probably be the last year we use this combine, fingers crossed. The plan is, yeah, we may buy a few things, but when we sell the silage bales in January, that is to start saving up for the combine and the header for next year's harvest. That is the plan. All right, full of fuel. Let's go get the header. Huge header that we have. I think it's a 4 meter wide. Oop, didn't make myself enough room to turn around. Unfold that. Is it in swath dropping? Yes, it is. Alright, did a few things here. I almost forgot about Frank, but he's down here now getting ready to work in field 113. I have to help him out a little bit because when I do course play for field 113 on East Vineland, it kind of counts field 114, course play does. And when he gets over to the edge here, they will not do this row here because the edge of the map is like right there. So course play will stop on the edge, so I just let them go and then restart them here. I don't care if they're in field 114 doing whatever. It doesn't hurt the crop or anything when they're over there. But course play will go over there and do its thing. And now Frank should be doing his thing. The other thing I did was I kind of forgot before I started, when I loaded into East Vineland, I forgot to go into my shader cache and delete. I actually had 2 files again. It seems like with Silver Run Forest and at least on this map, I'm getting 2 shader caches when you got that. I don't know if the flickering, I only got 1 shader cache. I'm looking at the file now just to make sure. And no flickering trees again. So hopefully no flickering trees. Let's go ahead and start this up. Unfold, lower, turn on. And of course we want you to follow. Looks like we got Francine today. Hopefully she does alright. So this field here should be doing pretty good with the crop rotation. 125% is the yield potential. But with our crop rotation, we're going to get a yield of 131, 132, give or take. So, that sounds like a pretty darn good yield. Let's go ahead and turn this on. Yeah, so next year, hopefully we'll have the new combine, and it's like the very bigger brother of this TX32. I always want to say it's a TH, but it's TX32. But I mean, if it was just the same 3 fields that we had, then this combine does all right. It's going to take a while. But now that we're adding fields, I think definitely getting ourselves a bigger combine, it's going to be about time. Plus, we'll be making or doing contracts next year easier as well. So I won't have to borrow equipment. I can just use my own. Because very rarely do I get a combine that's going to have a 60-foot header on it. If at all. I'm trying to think if I've had any contracts where I had that opportunity. I had a contract where I got a 45-foot header, which is pretty darn big. But we're going to have a 60-foot header, and it will be a New Holland combine. I think I showed it to you a while ago. I'm not going to show it to you again if you've seen it once. And if you haven't seen it, well, you just have to wait. Just have to wait. Because it looks like January is going to be a good month for us. We're going to be selling our silage, of course. The flour that we'll be making, the best price will be in January. And of course the eggs, I think the best price is like December/January. And all of that will be brought up to our self-selling point. Which we should get more money for bringing here and selling it that way. That car is going to be in the way. Alright. Hopefully you can go around. Now the car is going to go. And as always, we always drop a bale right in the road. As always. Put that over there. Too bad we can't sell straw, baled straw, at our own selling point. I think it just takes loose straw only. So with Frank doing the cultivating contract, we'll get paid $10,000 plus $2,000 for the other one. If any other contracts come up for cultivating, I'll take them and let Frank go ahead and do it. And today we're just baling up our wheat fields. Harvesting and baling. So a little bit of passive income as well from our solar panels, like always. I think 2 headlands will be good. And I can start going up and down the field. It's kind of weird. Every time I look at that grass field to our left, you can see the yield potential in the grass field, how we got that one little strip right down the middle, where it's a lot better than the rest. This seems kind of weird. It's been like that since day one. And of course all the straw bales we get, we're just going to sell because, or wait, do I need... I'm just thinking about the pigs. I wonder if the pig pen I'm looking at, if they're going to want, just realize that's my field right in front of me. Don't want to drive in that. They may want straw for bedding. Well, maybe I'll keep the straw around. It's not going to hurt to keep it around. It's not going to decay if I leave it outside or anything. We do have a baling shed, but that's just for the grass or hay bales, whatever you got for the sheep. So maybe I'll keep some of these straw bales in case I decide to put the pig pen down and throw some pigs in there. I guess what I can do is, after I get done recording this and edit it, and start uploading it to YouTube, maybe I'll just come back on to East Vineland on my test map and throw down to that pig pen and see what it requires. Oh, I am full. Kind of forgot about that whole thing. Alright, let's get our T8. Plus getting a bigger combine, yeah, we're going to be able to hold a lot more in the tank, but it's going to fill up probably just as fast because we're going to have a 60-foot header. But the other thing it will do is it'll help me out unloading into this trailer because this combine just barely gets it into the trailer, but it gets it in. Did a little crop destruction there from driving forward. But like always, when you got a big job ahead of you, turning on some tunes and hitting the fast forward button just makes it go that much quicker.
I said, tell me your story. Got a notepad and wrote something for me. Then he kept walking on down the road, and I watched him disappear like smoke. And I thought I'd just seen a ghost. Then I looked down at what he'd wrote. It said, son, when you grow up you'll be fine. I know you've got questions on your mind. Life is gonna happen one way or the other, whether you like it or not. Stop looking for the answers and you'll find what you've got. I met a young man, searching for glory. I took out an old pen and wrote in my story. Then I kept walking on down.
That time-lapse went according to plan. Francine quit right at the beginning. When my combine filled up, I backed up a little bit, so she did circles when she got there, ran into the TA. So she left, and Frank Jr. took over. And about halfway through this harvest, Frank down in field 113 had an issue, and I kind of forgot there is a collectible down there at the edge of the field, and when he ran into that, he didn't want to go any further, so I had to go down and help him out, get restarted. But the harvest here is just about done. Getting a good amount of straw bales. Like I said, I'm going to hang on to them just for now until I test out the pig pen that I want to put down to see if they need straw for bedding. And one thing I got to remember though, with the pig pen, I don't think that's going to come with a slurry tanker or a solid manure pit for all that stuff to go into. So I don't know where I'll put that, so I'll have to maybe rethink about where to put the pig pen. So I think we're going to give the chickens maybe 10,000 liters of this wheat. I'm going to check the stats here in just a moment before we give them all the food. And then the rest will go on down to the grain mill. Still got one more field to harvest, but we'll probably do that next episode. Yeah, this combine, even though I said it's fine for like a field this size, it did take a while to do. I'm going to scoot on down here because, yeah, I overfilled the combine once. And instead of backing up and having Frank Jr. having problems, I just left the combine where it was. So I got a little piece down here I need to take care of. A little bit more straw. Actually, we got a good amount of bales off this field. Very impressed with that. Let's go ahead and unload into the trailer. And while that's doing that, let me go ahead and check on the chickens. Where are we here? There we are. So I wish I knew how much total capacity I could put in there. So they got 4,000 liters. If I put 10,000 liters, that's going to like bring me to here. And then that'll leave room for some base food to go into. So I think I'll give them 10,000 liters. And hopefully that's not too much. Let me go ahead and tell Frank Jr. he can take the rest of the morning off. Turn that off so we're not wasting diesel. Almost a full trailer. Alright, yeah, 10,000. I was thinking maybe just go to 5, but they should be able to take 10 and leave plenty of room. So somewhere around 23,000 liters left in the trailer would be good. Well, that unloads quick. So what does that look like? Yeah, that'll be good for now. Leave some room for the base food. I think that'll be good. Should I put, let's see how, I'll put another 5,000 in because, you know, why not? There we go. Ooh, yeah, that's, oh crap, I forgot. I was looking at the grain here, not up here. I didn't leave myself enough room for the base food. Did it wrong, like always. Let me go ahead and turn this tractor off. We're done harvesting for now. Now, the one thing we have to keep track of, because we do got crop rotation going on here. So if we come to the field, if we look at the previous harvest, it's been wheat and then potatoes. So what we need to do is to grow into our crop rotation. Let me just go ahead and put potatoes here. Wheat here. So with that rotation here, what should I plant next? We're looking for a good number. Barley, canola, oats would be good. Corn, we can't really do that. Sugar beet, well, we can't really do that. So it looks like oats would be next for giving us 110. Basically, it'll give us a much better yield. So oats next year in this field here. When do I plant oats? Probably should look at that. Oats in the spring. So we got plenty of time here. So nothing more to do in this field until next year. So that's good to go. Let's go on down and we're going to take the T9, I think it was. Yep. And field 8 should be over by us. Yes, it is, right over here. So I'm going to scoot across the map. I'm going to cultivate a field, then we're going to head and... Wait, am I going to collect on that? Or do we have more cultivating contracts popping up? Baling. There are a couple more cultivating contracts come up, but... Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how I feel when I get done if I want to keep this. Or just collect on... I'll probably collect on the contracts because I want to be exiting the game. And sometimes coming back in, completed contracts do disappear. So I definitely want to make sure I collect on this one and the one for Field 8. Which I'll see you over there in just a second. If you don't think it's rough riding in a tractor, try going in cab once in a while if you don't. And you can see how you're just bouncing around in there at... Well, we're only doing 25 miles an hour. So imagine if you're in a fast track or one that has a gearbox that gets you up to the upper 30s or whatever. Kind of bouncy. Should be able to rip through this field rather quickly. And then in the afternoon, next episode, we'll do our small field of wheat. Won't take us long to harvest that, and the rest of that will go on down, the wheat that is, to the grain mill. I'm not going to bother turning on the mill, like I said, until later on in the season. But after putting that much wheat into the chicken coop, I think they're good for a year. If not, it's not that big of a deal to go on and buy some wheat or whatever. Now, this is a pretty big cultivator. And the T9 definitely should have no problem hauling this around. Let's turn our beacons off. We don't need those. Now, the one thing I would like to buy here before winter comes along, I think I'm switching back. I talked about last episode between the telehandler and a forklift. I'm going to lean towards the telehandler just because I believe what I want to do, and articulated tractors take me a second to get used to now. Plus, I wasn't paying attention. And wow, I'm just making S shapes everywhere. But the telehandler should be able to hook up to our baling trailer. so I can go on down to the grain mill to grab the pallets of flour that we're going to make and bring on back. So that is the whole plan. I want to buy the electric one just because, I mean, there's a lot of other cheaper ways I can definitely lift with the pallets, like getting the front loader for the Class Arion. I can throw a front loader on that and get ourselves pallet forks for a lot cheaper than would it be to buy a $100,000 electric telehandler and the pallet forks for that. But I don't use a telehandler that often, and I haven't really used an electric tractor or equipment yet. And we should be able to charge it right up at our fuel refinery. But we'll have plenty of pallets and bales to move around. We're going to have sheep that produce wool, so that'll need to be picked up and brought over. And of course, feeding the sheep with the hay bales or grass bales. Selling the eggs and the flour. Those are going to be on pallets, so yep, definitely going to need something to lift them on up. I mean, I got enough money to buy it now, but might as well wait. It came up for sale once, so for it to come up for sale again, probably not going to happen. But we've seen days where I've had the same exact item for sale in the store. The same exact item. But after harvesting that wheat field, yeah, I'm looking forward to next year having a bigger combine. Now, am I going to get the header that I want for the combine? I'm not too sure. Definitely buy the combine that I want, but the size header, yeah, it's going to be kind of expensive to get the combine, the header, and the header trailer. Talking like 600 grand, maybe 650 for everything. I didn't see how much the header trailer was, but I'm saying 50,000, but it might be more than that. But January should be pretty good. We got a lot of marshmallows back at the farm. And like I said, the flour, not going to have that much flour, but, you know, it'll be something. And along with the eggs, we'll be doing pretty good. And then, of course, we'll just start saving up to buy more fields. And then by then, that's why I said, we should have maybe start getting the pigs up and running. Probably just start with 10 pigs, let them reproduce, get the pen full, and hopefully by that time, the meat market will be down. Maybe. But the meat market does cost $350,000 to put down. It's expensive. So I hope the products do pay off there. And that's where the telehandler will come in again to get the pallets up and on to the trailer. And the money should be really coming in good by then, because, you know, the chickens are making the eggs really fast now. Get the pigs up and going. Still got more to build around the farm. We got a silo we need to put down. That's going to be somewhere around $800,000 or $900,000 just for the silo. We're going to need, you know, more sheds. Sheds we got are not going to hold the combine that I'm looking at. And eventually buy these 3 fields here. The one we're in, the one next to us, and the one up there. And maybe merge them all together. Got some plans, just short on the cash right now. We did just spend a whole bunch of cash on a new field and the grain mill. I know the contract's complete, but let's go ahead and finish the job completely. And I will double check. I mean, I know there's 2 other cultivating jobs here, but I've been doing a lot of contracts the last couple of episodes. A lot of harvesting contracts. Holy smokes. Sowing contracts. That's something I could do. I could send my T8 over with our drill and sow that for field number 60. Where is field number 60? Right there. That is kind of a big field for our cedar. So, maybe not. Okay, let me go ahead. Actually, it was in there. I should have collected on the contracts that we have. So, 2,095 for that one. And 9,790 for that one. The baling contract, like I said, that has to do with hay bales. Which, if I was short on hay bales for the sheep, I probably would do it and take the extra bales and be all set with it. But we're doing fine there. And I think we're doing fine all the way around. This has sorghum in it, ready for harvest. Expected yield, 44% out of 100. That's kind of... That farmer did not do well in his field. And looks like sunflowers over here. The one contract... Oh, I don't have a way to do it. Would be corn. I guess I have to borrow... When's the corn ready for harvest? Just to make cracked corn. Because now we can. So corn won't be ready until October, November. So I'll have to look for corn contracts then and try to take the extra down to make cracked corn. I mean, I got the ability to make it now, so if I can and I have to buy it, that'd be good. But I kind of overstuffed our chickens with wheat today, so they're going to need to go through that a little bit, which they will, and they'll be just fine. But anyways, that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always, and I'll catch you again right here in East Vineland. But until then, have a good one. I'll have to start selling that sheep milk soon, too.